I'm Assistant Superintendent of Police Nampima Farida. I'm the PRO Traffic Directorate. We are here to highlight on speed. When it comes to speed, it's under Section 120 of the Traffic Act, 1998, amended 2020. When we talk about speed, speed comes together with the type of the vehicle someone's driving and where he's driving from. When you drive exceeding the prescribed speed limit, lawfully imposed by law, you're breaking the law. So today we shall take you through which car drives at what speed, when, and where. Then we shall come to look at the speed gun and how they will use them to intercept people on the roads. So we shall have the maximum speed limit set per area. That is speed per kilometer per hour. So what happens is, speed limit signs are put on the roads. These are not put by traffic police. No. This is Ministry of Works and UNRA. So the minister sets speed for a particular area, which speed is to be driven in that place. It's not traffic that sets that speed. So when the speed is passed by the minister, the implementers will come and put up the road signs of speed limits in those places. So when you're driving in that particular place, there is a reason why they put a speed limit of 30, a speed limit of 80, a speed limit of 60, a speed limit of 50. On our roads, we don't have any speed limit sign that goes beyond 100. It's not there. So we shall highlight the whole world today on the speed. When we look at the motorcycles, the small vehicles, we call them saloon cars, the Jeep. These vehicles, when they are driving in a built-up area, the speed limit in that area is 50 kilometers per hour. When they are driving in the rural areas are also divided into two. We have the rural, the paved, and we have the rural, the gravel. The paved, those are the tarmac roads. Then the gravel are the mom roads. When these motorcycles, the cars, jeeps, saloon cars are driving on the road in a built-up area, the speed limit is 50. When they come to the rural areas, those ones you call the highways, when it is paved, the speed limit is 100. When it is gravel, the speed limit is 80. Nothing beyond that. When it comes to vehicles like the vans, the pickups, the trucks that weigh not more than 3,500 kilograms, when they're driving in a built-up area, the speed limit is 50. When they're driving in the rural areas and the area is paved, the speed limit is 80. And when it is gravel, the speed limit is 60. When it comes to the minibus, the taxis, those PSVs, in a built-up area, the speed limit is 50. In the rural area where it is paved, it's 80. When it comes to the gravel, it is 60. When it comes to buses and coaches, in built-up areas, the speed limit is 50. When it comes to the rural area, in a paved place, they should drive at 80, nothing above 80, and when it's a gravel, it should be 60. When it comes to trucks and other vehicles weighing more than, remember we looked at those ones weighing less than 3,500. Now we are looking at those trucks that weigh more than 3,500 kilograms of load on them. In a built-up area, it is 50. In a rural area where it is paved, it is 60, and gravel is 60, nothing beyond that. When it comes to any vehicle towing a trailer, in a built-up area, speed limit is 50. In a rural area, the paved is 80 and gravel is 60. Then we shall look at the tractors. You've seen tractors on the roads. For the tractor, for it, in a built-up area, it's 40. In a rural area, in a paved road, it is still 40. And on the gravel, it is still 40. So these are the categories of vehicles we have on the roads. And these are the speed limits. When you go to the driving school to learn how to drive, you're taught all this. So with or without the road sign on the road, you know back in your head at what speed you're supposed to be driving in that particular area. what happens is this speed limit may be reduced, but not increased by the local speed limit shown by the regulatory traffic signs on those roads. Remember that the speed limit does not mean that it's always safe to drive at that particular speed. So you're safer below that speed. So when the traffic officer got to enforce speed on the roads, they use the speed guns. Why? In the traffic law, to charge you for speed, there has to be proof that you're driving at that particular speed in that place at that time. That's why they use the speed guns. So the speed guns we use in traffic are the digital speed guns. They capture videos, they record. So it will capture the video of your car vis-a-vis the speed at which you're driving versus the speed of the area where you're driving from. So when you're going to the field to do operations for speed, the speed gun is set. Let's say in a built-up area, we shall set it at 50, nothing beyond 50. Because when we are regulating speed and enforcing speed, we don't give one speed off the speed. You should drive below that speed to be safe. So when you're intercepted, a video has been captured. In the process of capturing that video, the one who uses the speed gun is not the one who stops the car. When you drive beyond the limit set in the gun, it will make an alarm. Automatically, the ones who are to stop will know that you have to be stopped. You're beyond. So you'll be showed the video. It will be played back to you. And they'll show you've been driving beyond the speed limit. When we talk about built-up areas, when I was talking about Kampala metropolitan areas, people are telling me, Madam, jam is everywhere. People fail to know that Kampala metropolitan area is not the state center. It goes beyond the state center. Kachiri is in Kampala metropolitan area. And you know that side you can go beyond 50. From Wachiso to Kachiri you can hit even at 80. You'll be intercepted. Still it stretches up to Nagalama. The whole of Kasangat is under Kampala metropolitan area. Look at Gayaza Road to Nagalama. You have to drive beyond 50 and we shall get you. And all these are built up areas. Still it stretches to Mukono. And this side, it stretches to Bujuko, Buloba, that whole stretch. So in that process, people say there is jam, there are no signages. It's okay. Jam comes at the peak hour. When there is no peak hour, like at this time, there is no jam. The road is empty. Someone can, by the way, people who urge you over driving speed, some of them maybe don't drive. But when you drive, when you put your feet on the accelerator, going beyond 40 is very easy when there is no vehicle ahead of you. You may not see it, but when you look at the speedometer, you see you're going at 70 in the state center, and you've not noticed it. So it's very possible to implement and enforce speed even in the built-up areas. On our highways, they already catered for. The speed guns are there. So we are making enforcement in Kempi area because of the bypass. You see what's happening on the bypass? People are flying. And when you look at the size of the bypass, this is a border rider. This is one lane. This is the second lane. So when the vehicle comes at horrible speed, it's very hard for this border rider to get where to turn. Obviously, he will be hit. And when he's hit off the bypass, he will land down. You already see those Subaru people who post their videos on social media. They always do the experiment on the bypass. So as Traffic Directorate, we are using cameras. Those cameras you saw on the roads. Tourist speed. So Kampala Metropolitan and the whole country cameras are going to be issuing EPS tickets. So we have all this in stock. So as the cameras are intercepting you, even the speed guns are intercepting you. We are using both. So in that process, when we manage speed, we can reduce on the carnage. Deaths can go down. Remember, when you're speeding, the impact is vis-a-vis the speed at which you're speeding. So most times surviving is hard when there is an impact because of speed. That's why we've picked more interest in speed. And since the festive season is coming, you're going to see what's going to happen on the roads. Remember, loading capacity is still half because of the COVID guidelines. So the bus will load half, have to ferry people to one village, come back and take others to hit up the number that he wants to take at that particular season, because the parks will be full. So they'll end up speeding. So we are bringing all these on board, not seeing them see that there is a change in behavior vis-a-vis speed and reckless driving on our roads. Thank you. Has got speed guns. They are laser speed guns. The laser speed guns have the laser technology. It works just like the sniper guns. When the laser hits the number plate, it sends information back to the machine. When this machine is going to be used on the road, the officer's name is set. The location where he's going to work from is set. The speed limit of that place is set. The tracking distance that is going to capture, in which distance? Is it 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters? The date and time when it's going to operate the machine is set in the machine. Then the auto capturing should be at how much distance is also set. Then the mode is also set. After setting that, the machine is ready to work. So the officers will locate a safer place that enables safe parking to do the enforcement operation for speed. So all officers in traffic have been trained on how to use the speed guns, time memorial. So it always depends on which other new machines we brought in that we do refresher trainings and more courses, because to operate these machines, they always given that certificate so that they can testify in court that you're trained to use the machine and you know how it works. And our machines are always calibrated so that they capture the right data, so that they capture the right videos. So our machines capture videos. They have the lens. This lens is used to focus the eye of the officer on the target he wants to capture. Then down here, the machine will start recording. When it starts recording here, it will capture the video. After hitting the target, it sends back the information. When it sends back the information, it captures that video. When that video is captured, it's captured for the particular meters he set in the speed gun. When that vehicle is speeding beyond the speed limit set in the machine, the alarm will go off. There will be an alarm. When that alarm goes off, the other officers who are ready to intercept will just stop that car, park it in a safer place, then show our client what has been captured on his car. So that's how the videos are got. These videos are got and they are stored on the memory card. Our speed guns have the memory card. This one can be put in the computer, data picked off, used as proof in court. Still, this speed gun can be connected onto the officer's smartphone. He transfers the information from the speed gun to the phone, and he sends this to the person in court ready to testify on that particular case. In most cases, when our speed guns are being used on the road, people say we have analog speed guns. No, these are digital speed guns. They capture videos and they play the videos. So when a video is captured, for example, we look at this video. It was captured on the road. You find that the motorcycle rider was riding at 39 kilometers per hour. But remember, the speed limit that was set in the speed gun was 50. So in this process, this one has no case to answer. So it captures different images and videos. So we have proof that you committed that offense in that place at that particular time. Now what happens is, when you're arrested and you're driving beyond the prescribed speed, they either take you to court or they issue an EPS ticket. Most times they are issued EPS tickets. The EPS ticket for speed is 200,000, payable within 28 days of issue. When you don't pay it in 28 days of issue, it attracts a surcharge of 50% of the prescribed amount. That means the ticket will become 300. Now it has a fine on top of it. So speeding, just put your 200 aside as you misbehave on the road. Because we've set our cameras. The cameras on the roads are going to be issuing EPS tickets on speed. Now, if you're waiting to see an officer with a speed gun, then you reduce the speed, then you're not safe because the camera is capturing the same thing. So at the end of the day, we are trying to fight down the issue of speeding, why it is in display. When you have an impact when there is speeding, the damage, the dent is big. Careless driving and speed, they are the major cause of deaths in this country when it comes to road carnage. And we have to look at a way of seeing people drive with a disciplined character on the road. So this speed gun has a stand, just like those stands of the cameras. And this speed gun still, it can be held like a gun. See this part? When we fit it inside here, the officer will hold it and place it here on his shoulder. That means you'll never get tired. So it can do anything. And this speed gun still, in the morning, it can work. In the rain season, it can work. And still even, at night, it can work. Why? It has the visual aid for night and for day. So we can use it anytime on the road. So you're not safe. Saying it's raining, they will not come. It works. The dust is too much, they'll hide. It's there. It's night, they will not get me. It can work. So in that way, we are coming up with more and more and more forms of reducing speed on our roads. Okay, anything you want to ask me about the speed gun?
Yes. What I would like to ask is that how much is a speed gun?
Yes. With or without the road sign, if I carry you to court on speed, you can't win me. Because that's the line I'll follow. When you're learning to drive, what were you told? What is the speed limit in a built-up area? Do you need a road sign, really? No, this is a built-up area. You see those speed limit signs are put as just reminders. And when the person sees it, he will now start braking to reduce the speed, isn't it? Now, it's not traffic police that puts the speed limit signs on the road. Yes. So that is UNRA and Ministry of Works. And all of us, UNRA, KCCA, and Traffic Directorate are under the Ministry of Works. So each one of us has a role to play. What is expected from me by the Ministry of Works is how many people are intercepted on speed, not how many road signs. Because in the Traffic Act, it's not my mandate to erect a road sign on the road. There is a person supposed to do that. And the more I push that in social media or on air, and people bring it out, we have no road signage. The people supposed to put the road signage will say, hey, okay, let's do our work too. Because in a built-up area, the speed limit is 50. When it comes to a bridge, it is 30, no matter which type of car you're driving. And we don't overtake on bridges. So do you need the road sign to show that they don't overtake on a bridge? And then why do you need the one of the speed? That means you do the things deliberately. Yes. So it's what is happening in the state center. People always come, Madam Farida, you can't arrest me speeding in a state center. I can. If you're a driver and you drive, you know it is possible. You can accelerate beyond 40 without even noticing it. Not until you're stopped at your I'm in 70, but you're in a built-up area. And it's when you drive and you learn driving and you're taught in a driving school that you always don't look for a road sign on the road, isn't it? This is it. So you ask me your questions, I do this in enough speed guns to do the enforcement set. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow when I get 10, I'll call and tell you that I've received 10 more. No, I have enough to cater for the areas already planned for that enforcement.
How many have you received so far last year?
Not really, I received 2 or 3. But the more I receive, the more I update you, I've received more. So when you start seeing them on the road, because most of you want to see them on the road first. Then you start saying, kumbe they are there. So if you want to know how many I have, drive beyond the speed limit. The cameras have, the arms have. So I have enough.
Okay, another question.
Have you read the Traffic Act?
Yes.
Who has the mandate to set the speed limits?
The ministry.
Why are you asking enforcement that question? We don't set speed limits. No. People responsible for that are there. Now you have to face the Ministry of Works. Since it's the powers of the minister to decide the speed, and it's passed as a regulation, and the law comes in existence, then traffic will enforce that law. So that question goes to the wrong person. The ministry is in position to answer that. The third question, you told me you have 3. Speed guns are procured for police. Procurement committee sits and they procure. Me, I'm the end user. So how much it is bought, where it is bought from, what I want is a speed gun. That department is there to answer that. That's not my section to answer. The other method of arresting people for speed, you want to tell me that you can't know that someone is over speeding without a speed gun?
I thought that is another way you can tell.
We use the cameras. If we don't use the cameras, we use the speed gun. Why? For you to be apprehended on speed, there has to be proof with evidence. And proof with evidence, that means there has to be a recording, that has to be a video, that to be something that shows it's my car. Do I showed you in the speed gun that we have footages? Do you have footages in your camera to prove that true? That's Nampima who said it. That's the same thing with speed. The Traffic Act is clear. There will always be proof for you to be apprehended on that. So the issue of you saying, which other method do you want us to use to determine speed? Do you have any? I can take it up and we discuss it as a director and see if it can work. Do you have any?
We are just
To enforce speed. But we have to show you what we use to enforce speed. We use the speed guns and we use the cameras to enforce speed, yeah. For our returns for speed, in July we intercepted 120 drivers, issued EPS tickets for speeding. For the month of August, we had 376 drivers issued with EPS tickets for speeding. Yes. Then for September, we had 37 drivers issued EPS tickets for driving speed on our roads. So I told you why the speed ticket issuing for the month of September went down. Because we had to call back the speed guns and give in new ones, make some changes, make some adjustments, some more trainings of our officers, because we want the best for all of you. So when there is no speed gun on the road, now it means arresting speed is not easy. Because you need proof. So since we've sent them back to the field, let's wait for October and see. The number is going to be high because they are speeding. And when you look at the bypass, people are speeding. So KCCA has to come on board, put the signage with UNRA. First we enforce. So because ours is enforcement, those road signs, it's not our work. Billboards, not our work. No. Enforcement is our work in the Traffic Act.